When I see tweets such as this one that says, Tyla's downfall came so quick, pray your works, it just makes me wonder, do people actually want new, aspiring, and upcoming artists to break through in the music industry? Or do people just look forward to having a fresh face that they can break down with the constant hate and negativity? Over the past 2 to 3 years, the South African artist Tyla has been making strides to break through into the American market in her pursuit for stardom and domination in the pop world. But unfortunately, after a series of small but mighty missteps along the way, she has faced a few obstacles despite prematurely being handed the keys to access, notoriety, and opportunities that only a few new artists can only dream of. I won't touch too much on Tyla's controversial first few years in the industry, as we already discussed why people, shall I say, strongly dislike Tyla in the video I did regarding the real reason why people hate Tyla, which I believe you should definitely watch prior to continuing this current video. But being 10 months removed from that video, I was optimistic that maybe the tides would turn for Tyla regarding her public perception, as well as the potential for music taking off. Fast forward to now, it seems more or less, Tyla and her fan base, also known as the Tigers, are still in the same boat fighting for their lives to salvage her seemingly rocky career. Last year, Tyla promised and previewed to her fans that in 2025, she planned to have fun, do whatever, wear whatever, and incorporate more of her roots into her music. And so far, she has done exactly that. Since Tyla's debut album released in March 2024, Tyla has remained consistent in keeping her fans fed with new releases. In October 2024, Tyla released a deluxe version of her album titled Tyla Plus, which featured the standout hit song Push to Start. Tyla took the fun and standard sound she toyed with in her album to new heights by successfully merging her Amapiano roots with pop influences to form what is now known as Popiano. Everything about Push to Start for me was giving She by Sheree, because spring, summer, and in September, I will be playing that song because it's simply addictive, and the remix featuring Sean Paul reminds me of what features from back in the day used to feel like. It stands on its own from the original song and has an essence of nostalgia that sounds refreshing and timeless. Even though the song peaked at number 88 on the Billboard Hot 100, its strength, due to Tyla and her team pushing and performing the song for months, made it feel like a top 10 single in my household. In April 2025, Tyla previewed a new song titled Bliss, which was eventually released the following month, which ironically, despite the awkward explosions in the music video, lacked an explosive audio experience. If you have not seen the video for Bliss, I am sure you may have stumbled upon a much shorter clip from it featuring the most disjointed transition from sadness to seduction. As this one Redditor commented, she seemed sad about World War III, but then grinding for peace. Though Tyla delivered a soothing and sultry performance on Bliss, which I believe was and is a pop radio friendly single, the entire release felt underwhelming and boring, plus the unnecessary gyrating and the green screen music video didn't help at all. In late June, Tyla released her newest single titled Is It, which was released shortly thereafter on July 12th. With this song in particular, I find it truly unbelievable if someone were to say that all of Tyla's music sounds the same, because the pulsating drums and bass, along with the immediate aggressively audacious attitude Tyla opens up the song with, shows her growing confidence embodied in her music. With opening lines, Tyla sings, "Is it the F's that I don't give? Is it the men that I don't miss? Is this song why we get along? Or am I coming on a little strong? Is it the way this dress unzips? Is it the girls that I came with?" What I like the most about this song is honestly how distorted, magnetic, and chaotic the production is. It is an amalgamation of pop, Afrobeats, reggae, amapiano, and a little bit of R&B that exemplifies Tyla being at a place in life where she is comfortable merging and experimenting with sounds that is not usually explored. It is both flirtatious and intimate, which doesn't stray too far away from Tyla's musical identity.
No, I feel like I'm kind of at a point where it's more than just Amapiano and pop. You know,
okay,
so that's why I'm
it.
like, okay, I said pop piano before, but now I'm kind of like, damn, it's kind of more than that.
Yeah.
I've been on this tip of like, just like enjoying life, you know, not just partying, but just enjoyment, like just enjoyment, like with people that I love, with people that are a vibe, you know. So We Wanna Party is actually a South African chant. So we've been using it forever, and it's been a thing, you know, for like hyping up people and just that feeling of enjoyment. So I thought it was perfect for the mixtape because the music screams We Wanna Party.
Around the time Tyla released Is It, she announced her upcoming mixtape titled We Wanna Party, which Tyla said is also known as a popular South African chant, as well as a part 1 to kick off her new era. Disappointingly, We Wanna Party only has 4 songs, 2 of which we previously heard, which is It and Bliss. Fans were understandably puzzled at the shock of what was promised as a mixtape looked to be condensed and cut into half, making it essentially an EP. People theorized that maybe the label is no longer supporting Tyla, which explains why we are barely getting any new music, low budget videos, and Tyla even mentioning that she has to do her own hair for her performances on the road due to insufficient funds in the budget.
Get ready with me for my show in Barbados. Listen guys, I like my makeup. I have to style my own hair because the budget. So I have to I'm gonna try and curl a few pieces and then see if I can spread it out or something. But hopefully, the only thing I'm hoping is that it doesn't look empty on stage because I have a whole light behind me. So, and I'm also trying to figure out like what outfit I wear because I have two options. One is like a dress and I've never done it. So I'm a bit like, because it might look hectic with the dance moves, but it might make me look like a woman.
Either way, the remaining two songs, Dynamite and Mr. Media, did not fail to round out a short but sweet, well-rounded project that provided desire, sensuality, confidence, genre blending, and most importantly, Tyla's #1 goal to get people up, dancing, sweating, and moving. In her first and highly anticipated collaboration with the Afrobeats icon Wizkid, Tyla and Wiz set the scene of a fluid and seamless back and forth on the dance floor that is equally seducing yet charismatic. When speaking about the making of the song, Tyla said, "It was very exciting, because at the time I was very new, like a lot of people didn't know me, so I didn't expect him to be down for a session. But he was, and he liked some of the stuff I played for him that I made at the time. And yeah, we literally made Dynamite. We made Dynamite, and I was sitting on that demo for 3 years, like playing it and dancing in my room and just praying to God, like, God, one day the song is going to come out, and it's coming out." The subsequent track, Mr. Media, is one of the most desirable responses to the media I have ever heard. At first listen, I did not even realize that Tyla is responding to the critics because the alluring production and her tone does a unique job of overpowering the message to the point where it becomes mandatory to keep repeating the song to understand what Tyla is trying to say. But if you're like me, you keep getting distracted by Tyla's intro as she speaks in her native South African language, Sawana. Even though Tyla's personality and social media presence has been quite off-putting to some people, Tyla admitted that her annoyance with people critiquing every single thing she did, but later realized that there's actually nothing she could do to simmer down the noise and appease the people who don't and will never like her. As a result, she transferred all of those feelings into the song, in which she opened by singing, "Mr. Meaner, why you gotta tell a lie, honestly, I'm not surprised, always talking about my why, Mr. Media, why, I just said I was fly, no matter how I try, I can never get it right." To me, We Wanna Party overall is a perfect blend of intention and lightheartedness. It is a succinct and carefree project that does not take itself too seriously, and was made simply for the summertime and summer vibes. Based off the title of the project alone, it is clear Tyla's intent this year is to have fun, party, and keep her fans fed with music in between her working on her sophomore album. So when I hear cute projects such as this one and still see and read people complaining about all of Tyla's mistakes, shortcomings, failures, flops, and irredeemable personality, it confuses me why people are so hell-bent on still crucifying this girl. Yes, she and her team absolutely butchered the racial identity response in her interviews when she was first being introduced as a new artist. Yes, she came on a little too strong with the premature aspirations of wanting to be the next Rihanna. Yes, she was being a little bit too sassy and put on her best bad gal Riri impersonation on her Twitter account by being rude to a few people. Yes, she mysteriously canceled her tour for a supposed back injury we still don't know much about. And yes, she has delivered one too many lackluster performances as of late, which is nonsensical for an artist that quite literally just started. And yes, you guys may not like her hairstyles and her chewed up looking outfits sometimes. Yes, her label may have cut her budget because she has failed to perform up to expectations, given the numerous awards she received, the amount of brand deals she's gotten from companies like H&M, Nike, Stanley, Beats by Dre, Gap, and her own smoothie, as well as tons of magazine covers, as well as hosting the Kids' Choice Awards, despite not being known for her presentation skills. Yes, she is currently being sued over the royalties from her hit song Water, which from what I could tell has less to do with Tyla herself and more to do with the lead producer of the song taking majority credit for the creation of the song and excluding 2 other songwriters who contributed significantly to the creation of the track and would like retroactive and future royalties moving forward. And yes, it is entirely possible that people may just not like her music, and that is perfectly okay. But man, in this current state in the music industry where the talent and drive from newer artists is severely lacking, I will always give Tyla credit where it's due simply because the girl is not afraid to release music, unlike some of her counterparts who shall not be mentioned. While I appreciate Tyla publicly admitting she wants to have a career like Rihanna, I feel like people took her comments about that and just ran with it to seem like her career trajectory has to follow the exact same Rihanna formula. Otherwise, Tyla is deemed a flop. People keep forgetting that Rihanna debuted 20 years ago in a completely different landscape where we had various music television programs available, the radio was dominating, and physical album sales played a huge role in crafting a pop superstar. And obviously, on top of that, Rihanna had a crazy work ethic to even go along with releasing an album nearly every year for 7 years. And honestly, flopping is subjective depending on the lens you view it from. Tyla has been racking up worldwide certifications all year long, from her debut album being certified gold in the United States to her songs such as Water going 3 times platinum, Truth or Dare going platinum, Art and Jump also going platinum, Push to Start #1, Safer and the Water remix going platinum, as well as her album Tyla going platinum in her home country of South Africa, as well as the Tyla Plus Deluxe album being certified gold in Norway for selling over 10,000 units, which became the first album by an African artist to earn a certification in the country. In addition to earning a UK silver certification with Truth or Dare, moving over 200,000 units. In addition to Tyla's debut extending its record as the album by an African-born artist with the most official certifications worldwide with 10. And by Tyla's own account, she deems her debut album as a success.
Over the moon. Literally, it's the best response I could have gotten for my first album, you know. It's very nerve-wracking, like releasing something for the first time. So the response has been amazing.
So even though Tyla isn't selling at the rate and success of Taylor Swift and SZA, albeit the copious amount of opportunities she has been given, does that mean the girl is an automatic failure and doesn't deserve to ever touch success? If we really believe in artist development, then we should allow her to learn from her mistakes, try and figure out her sound, and embrace her redemption to hit the reset button from where she got it wrong with the American audience. When I see tweets that say Tyla needs to tap into different sounds, it's getting too repetitive for her now, I agree with the person who responded who said, it's giving not in touch with music of the diaspora because Tyla has provided variety. Just say you're not into that. Because it's giving, I'm not even listening to the girl's music and I just want to complain just to get engagement. Because how can a person listen to Water and say it sounds just like her song Jump? Or how can one listen to her song Art and say it sounds just like her newest song Mr. Media? Lastly, how can someone listen to her song Push to Start and say it sounds like her song #1 featuring Thames? And the list goes on. Yes, we could talk all day about this girl's performances and how she has been giving less and less effort since that incredible Jimmy Fallon debut performance, but this girl is literally 23. She is far from her peak and her prime, and I feel like we have barely seen the potential she is capable of offering to the world. I understand she did not get off on the right foot with her Black American audience, but can the girl live a little? I can call out a lot more artists who have said or have done much more ignorant things in their careers who still get endless support. Given how obvious it is that her label has taken their foot off the gas a little bit with the budget, I think now is the time to at least give the girl a chance and allow her music to develop and resonate before we let another artist fade into mainstream oblivion due to wasted potential. As you all know, I love Tyla's music and I listen to her every day, so I really do want to know and understand the disconnect with her music and why it's not landing with people for some reason. Please let me know in the comments what you all think of Tyla's latest music releases and what do you think about the state of her career? Do you think the door has been shut on her popping off on a mainstream level, or is the opportunity still there? What do you think she has to do differently moving forward to build her audience? Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell, and I'll see you next time.